Hi, I'm Pam, and I would like to welcome you to the Live Authentically show. My team and I help other people step into their authentic realities a number of different ways. This show, I also have my first book out there, SOAR, SOAR, and it's an experiential journey through a transformative event in my life. So go ahead and check that out next time you're on Amazon. And I am actually also an executive coach. So I help high level executives reach high levels of success in all areas of their life. So, on my show today, I am super excited to have with me Keith Anderson. Hey, Keith, how are you?
Fine. How are you today? Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's great to see you. So, Keith is all about creating a life worth living, and he's going to tell us how he's done that in his own life and also how he helps others to do that as well. I actually did get your book in the mail,
Oh,
so thank you very much. Super excited to
great.
be diving into that. But before we get into you and your story, I would love to ask you to answer the question that I ask all of my guests, and that is, how do you live authentically every day?
For me, there are days that are easy to live as such. Okay. Other days are not so much, perhaps. Okay. I tend to be very real to myself,
Mhm.
very open within myself. Okay. As to how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. Okay. I'm a lawyer by profession. Okay. A little bit of background, maybe get some context here. Okay. I had depression for many years, but 16 years actually, when I added up one day. And I had a breakdown, mental breakdown. Okay, on March 11th of 2003, at my sister's house, about 8 o'clock in the evening. I can picture it all occurring still. Okay, and it took a number of years to get healthy. Okay, the depression and being a lawyer kind of didn't mesh. I was a very logical thinker, of course. Okay, as a lawyer, I mean that's sort of how you go. Depression made no sense to me. Okay, so and it was just this turmoil, angst in my head. Okay, so after my breakdown and recovery, weekly therapy for a couple of years. Okay, great family support. Okay, I worked hard myself at it as well. I'm grateful every day. Okay, that's how I come in as real. Okay, that's how I start in the day. I'm grateful that I'm still here. Okay,
Mhm.
many nights, Pamela, back in the dark days. Okay, I did not know if I'd make it through the night. Okay, so I'm still here. Chatting with you is a treat. It's special. Okay, somebody new to connect with. Okay, and that keeps me grounded. It keeps me real. Okay, I remember the darkness, of course, but I celebrate my life now. Okay, I just returned from out of town, a few meetings. Okay, meeting some wonderful people, doing some incredible work. We hung out, we talked, we lunched together, we had dinner together. That keeps me grounded. That keeps me happy. Okay, I have hope. That's another big aspect. Okay, that keeps me real. It keeps me authentic as well. Um, and am I 100% healthy in terms of my mental health? No, never will be. Okay, many years ago, I broke my ankle one day. Okay, I went through the crutches, the cast, physiotherapy, all those things, of course. Okay, is it
Mhm.
100%? No, it's not. It never will be. But it functions. I can walk, I can run, I can get around. It need not be 100%. Okay, so realizing what's in myself is how I stay grounded. I'm real, authentic. Okay, and that's where I go. So.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your story. In those early days, months, years of that 16-year period where
Sure.
you were battling depression, were you at all scared of receiving the official depression diagnosis? Is that part of what may have held you back and prolonged your struggle?
Good, great question, really. For me, I did not realize I had depression. I did not realize that I was ill. Okay. I just thought I had a horrible, miserable life. My father had died young. Okay. And with his passing, my everyday life changed. Okay. And so it kind of just, compounded at the time. Okay. I didn't get it. Didn't understand what it was. Okay. Until I hit a wall and I went to see my family doctor one morning. Okay. On March the 7th of 2003, 5 days before my breakdown. And spent a half hour with him. And he'd been my doctor for like since I was a child. So we were patient doctor, but we were also friends over the years. Okay. I spent a half hour with him, which is rare. Okay. Just spent a half hour with my family. Usually it's 5 minutes in, out, a medication prescribed, and off you go, kind of thing. Okay. We talked about depression. Okay, I was learning what it was. Okay, no idea. I would go forth later and spend time online learning what it was. Okay, understanding it. Okay, trying to figure out how to get healthy and so on. But I mean, that's sort of it kind of took. I was thick-headed, I think. Okay, and I just went every day, get up in the morning, do my 10-hour days. Okay, come home
Mhm.
at night, be emotional all night, not sleep, not eating. Okay, cutting off relationships. Okay, so it just it hit the wall. Honestly, the breakdown saved my life. Okay, but for that, I don't think I'd be here. Like I said, the dark days were getting darker.
Mhm.
Okay, and thoughts of other steps were being considered. Okay, and yeah, so I kind of am grateful for the breakdown. A strange thing, perhaps, okay, to note, but that's how I've been able to reflect on it and say that saved me.
Yeah, it is amazing how if we look hard enough, we can always find a silver lining or find hidden gems in what feel like are
Yeah,
really the most challenging rock bottom
sure,
experiences.
sure,
One thing I'd like to dive deeper on is this
sure.
whole notion of what healthy is and what healthy means. You've used that word a couple times now, and I feel like the paradigm around the word healthy, is starting to shift from kind of an old paradigm, more narrow way of thinking about it, to sort of a broader, more expansive concept describing what healthy means. So, what does being healthy mean to you?
Being healthy to me means a number of things. Okay, means I have hope. Okay, I've healed. Okay, my life is a journey, that's for sure. Okay, which I shared quite openly. Okay, you have the book there. Okay, where I shared, I did the first chapter. Um, and it being healthy captures so much of how I see things, and I often will say healthy, overall health, not just mental health. Okay, because I think it all goes together. Okay, um, a big part, and I've had this discussion late. Like this work-life balance concept. Okay, I don't I don't go there. Okay, it's all life. Life is the bigger picture. Okay, work fits in there, of course it does. Okay, for good or bad or whatever. Well, we have to eat, so we kind of have to go to work, and that's part of life, of course. Okay, but there's this greater picture of life, and work just fits in a corner. Okay, so it's overall health, it's overall enjoyment, pleasure. Okay, uh, um, but for me to kind of have this sense of contentment, that's part of it. Okay, because I had such traumatic angst in my mind for many years that I did not have that. This sense of belonging. Okay, somewhere in the world. Okay, is huge as well. Important, I think. That's part of my health. Like it's just the people I met these last few days, phenomenal. We had a grand time. Okay, and that's part of my health. The people that I work with, my colleagues and friends and family and so on. Okay, that all comes together. Okay, into this again this bigger picture of life. Okay, and I think health fits in there possibly in the overall picture of life can be the sense of wellness as well. Okay, and I started this group called Word Living Mental Health. Okay, a number of years ago. Um, and the logo that we came up with in the beginning, okay, is hope, healing, health, happiness, and that is our journey through mental health challenges. We have hope. I had none for many years, but my family did, so I sort of hung on to theirs. Okay, we all heal, hopefully, to some extent. It's not linear, that's for sure. Not A to B to C. It's sideways, backwards. It's still like that. Health. I chose health. One because it's an H word, so it fits in. But my bigger thing was it's overall health that we aspire to have. Okay,
Mhm.
and mental health and physical health, they come together. Okay,
Mhm.
and then happiness. If we get a sliver of happiness in a day, grab onto it. Okay. I remember years ago, one afternoon, I was watching TV in my bedroom where I lived my life for a few years, and I laughed. My mother came in crying. She had not heard me laugh in 3 months. Okay. So
Wow.
the joy of that moment was just overwhelming for both of us at that point. Then I had not realized I hadn't laughed. Okay. But she certainly did, as a caregiver and as my mother. Okay. At me as her son, who was not well. I mean, she was certainly concerned. Okay. And supportive. Yeah. I mean, that's health. Okay. That's a step towards health, you know. And like I said, therapy used to be weekly. Okay, my mother would come with me in case it wasn't a very good session. Okay, which was rare. Okay, most went well. Okay, even baby steps to get healthier. And after the session, we would then go for lunch somewhere. We would celebrate a good therapy session. I was getting a bit healthier. Okay, we'd pick restaurants and we'd pick different places to have the lunch. I mean, it became this really. I look forward to it. To go to therapy, I left the house first charge, which was huge. Okay, and then I went to a restaurant and had some good food. And I still kind of, I'm like Pavlov's dog sometimes. Okay, if something good happens, I have to have good food. There's this thing, I like
Love
tonight.
that.
I'll get something special because I've had a phenomenal week. Okay, meeting you for this podcast, phenomenal as well. Okay, and grateful for the opportunity. But
Likewise.
I celebrate it. It's important. It's special. Okay, and it's that's health to me. It's
I
everything.
I love that. That is such a beautiful articulation of the idea of health. And I love that your definition, your description has a holistic orientation. It isn't just about like the slice of our lives where we focus on our physical health and
Mm,
strive to be free of disease. It's so much more than that. It has so
yeah,
many more dimensions to it.
yeah, yeah,
And it really is about, like you said, just soaking up all the joy and intentionally
yes,
choosing it and finding it. And, we get more of what we think about, as you know,
yeah,
what we pay our attention to. So finding those things, and like you said, if we find a shred of happiness, holding on to it for just a
yeah,
little bit longer. And
definitely.
I was talking to one of my clients this week just about the concept of joy. And, they had a couple similar discussions, different scenarios, but,
Mm,
a couple of them commented, they're like, I don't even know what it feels like to experience joy anymore.
yeah,
And I said, well, like, what used to make you happy? Think back to the happiest time in your life, what used to make you happy, and go back to that, look
yeah,
back to what brought you joy and happiness in the past and do just a little bit of that. Right. And then just extend that, stretch that a little bit more. And,
mm,
and all of a sudden, then you realize you find the correlation between what
exactly.
you're doing and how you feel, and then you
Yeah,
naturally are drawn to those activities. But I know that rock bottom, must have been really challenging for you. But again, such hidden gems there, and if we look hard enough, then we can figure out, what we need to do for our healing, and also we can transmute that into a gift
mm,
that, we can give to the entire world, which is what
sure.
you're doing. So
Yeah,
I love that. I'd love to hear you talk a little bit more about
sure.
this whole idea of getting away from the delineation of work and life, because I think that this is so important. A lot of my clients struggle with that because we
Mm,
are, we're kind of conditioned to separate the two and live this compartmentalized reality. And when we set our lives up in such a way, we set things up in a way where everything is siloed, and they compete, right? The different pillars compete. And it
yeah,
is zero sum, it is a zero sum game in that scenario where, it's like if we take a little bit from here, and, then that means that, we have more to give in this area. And we're
yeah,
constantly like rearranging these pieces, and that
mm,
causes a lot of stress and overwhelm
yeah,
and anxiety. And
yeah,
if we just kind of relax and liquidate a little bit and allow the different areas of our life to blend and view everything holistically, then we relieve a lot of the pressure and the stress. So I'd
yeah.
love to talk about the importance of that.
Hugely important to me. These last number of years. Okay.
Mhm.
Pre-depression. Okay. Practicing law in a small city, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Mhm.
We had 3 to 5 lawyers after 15. I was a senior managing partner. Okay. Doing phenomenally well. Okay. First couple of years, you struggle because you're a new firm. Okay. But caught on. Okay. Doing, great numbers. Okay. Revenue, connections, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
I had, house on the lake, huge house on the lake. Nobody else there but me. Okay.
Mhm.
Hidden through a forest to get to it. Great immediate family, mother, sister, her husband, and their children.
Mhm.
Um, Phenomenal, exceptional, wonderful partner, girlfriend. Okay. The woman that I was supposed to meet. Um, I was a lawyer in Sydney. Okay, single, enjoying my life. Okay, having a
Mhm.
a good time with all. Okay, then I met her one day. Okay, changed everything. She was just amazing. We talked an hour about that, but we won't. Okay, okay. But through depression, okay, I cut off relationships, and that was one. Okay,
Mhm.
working 6 hours a week. That's what you did. As a lawyer, you want to be so-called successful. That's what you do. Okay, you may work Friday night. You may work Sunday afternoon. You may work 10, 12-hour days. Okay, it was a given. That's what that one did. Okay,
Mhm.
so work with everything. Okay, and I was flying high. Okay, and then as I mentioned, depression set in. Okay, changed everything. Um, After my recovery, my life changed. Okay, what do I do now? Do I go back to being a lawyer and practice? I've been getting involved in some mental health work. I asked to get a few conferences and such. Okay, I enjoyed it. It was different. I knew I could talk for a living. I'd done that as a career for many years. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this a go. Let's stick in mental health. Okay, and I got involved in some groups. Okay, learned a lot.
Mhm.
Um, spoke at a lot of conferences, universities, so on over the years. Enjoyed that incredibly. Okay, volunteered on some committees and such. Okay, worked with the Canadian Mental Association here in Nova Scotia. Off and on, I'm back with them for the last couple of years. I do peer support and I'm the leader of peer support and suicide prevention here in Nova Scotia. Okay, I enjoy the work. I enjoy the colleagues and friends. Um, so it became a point. Okay, where does all this fit? Okay, and it took some time. Okay, to figure out. Okay, I
Mhm.
don't need the 60-hour weeks. Okay,
Mhm.
I enjoy my work, and sometimes I work more than I should. I know that. Okay, it's just but not like I did. Okay,
Mhm.
um, not with the pressures that I had before. And I think that's important to know the pressures and stress. Okay, we all get it. Okay, at times, I'm sure. Okay, but I just see this bigger picture of like I said, of life, and my work is in there. Okay, my social is in there. Okay, they intermix at times. Okay, um, so I don't think I had silos before. I try not to now. You
Mhm.
know, Um, like I said, I mean, I do CMHA work, the peer support and suicide prevention. I do work living as well. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a passion. It's more than simply I go to a job Monday at 8:30. No, I don't. Okay, it's a passion of mine. It's a choice. Okay, I don't need to do peer support or suicide prevention work at all. Okay, but it's a passion.
Mhm.
Okay, and it's giving me a chance to meet some new people, which I enjoy. So I always try to bring in aspects of everything into the mix. Okay. I was asked at a meeting the other day, like, you network so well. Can you give us like a lesson on networking and connecting with people? I said, sure. It's a skill, a science, perhaps. Okay, but those kinds of interactions are fun. And she's just somebody younger. Okay, starting her career. Okay, I've had many years of learning how to network. You know,
Mhm.
and it works pretty well. So, you kind of bring it all together, okay? And you don't have silos, okay? I don't even like saying, work is within this picture of an overall life, okay? It's in there. It's like an amoeba, okay? It kind of just ebbs and flows and moves around, okay? And maybe today it's not even in the picture, okay? Whereas Monday morning it'll resurface kind of thing, okay? And it's a conscious thing at times, okay? Because
Right.
I'm too quick to say Sunday afternoon I'll do some work. 'Cause I did that for years. I go, no, I can't. No, no, I'm not. No, I want to have just a day alone kind of thing, okay,
Mhm.
and not think about work. Um, so it's there's some work to it. Okay, there's effort into it to kind of put it all together. Um, um, it's great when you do enjoy what you're doing. That's for sure. Okay, that helps a lot. It's great that I don't have to do it. I don't
Mhm.
have that stress on me. Okay, it's a choice. I enjoy it. Um, and meeting people, new people. like I said earlier, meeting you today, Pamela. I mean, it's super. It's wonderful, and to
Oh,
learn what you do and how things work with what you offer to your clients and such. Okay,
yeah.
I'm open to new ideas as well. And opportunities that have come forth.
Hmm.
Like I the Commonwealth Law Association, I get it right. Okay, based in London. I emailed them about, I think, 10 years ago, saying, "Hey guys, ever think about doing mental health at your conferences, events, and so on? Okay, it's you have to consider lawyers' mental health." They were
Hmm.
back 10 years ago saying, "Yeah, it's a good idea." That was it. Okay, I expected no more response than that actually back then. Since we've been in touch these last few years, okay, and yeah, mental health will be at their conference. Okay, and it's in March in Goa,
Ah.
India. Okay, I've been asked to present a paper. They call it for me. I chance to speak. Okay, and do a Q&A session. Okay, with lawyers from the Commonwealth, which is like Australia, Canada, and other countries. Okay, but
Oh,
yeah, so that's
intriguing.
exciting. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very exciting. Yeah,
incredibly so.
that really just speaks volumes about the idea of, you can never underestimate the power of planting a seed,
Yeah,
right? You just
exactly.
never know. It's just that they
Yeah.
weren't ready for it at that time, but you
Yep.
planted that seed so long ago and it's germinated and here you are.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So from such a dark past of depression and thoughts of suicide and isolation, okay, and losing the most incredible woman in the world, okay, okay,
mhm.
through, I've gotten better and healthier, okay, and that's part of it all. That is our journey. And now I'm at a point where I get invited to events and such. Okay, and We're
Yeah.
Living gets invited people want to get involved, which is wonderful as well. Okay,
Mhm.
for many years I knocked on doors. Hey, I got We're Living. It's only me in my bedroom. Okay, we have a great team in place now. Okay, very diverse. Okay. Like I said, we did a book last year. Okay, we other events planned. COVID hit us hard, no question. Okay, we had done a conference here in Nova Scotia in
Mhm.
the spring before COVID. Went very very well for the first time. We were super pleased, and we had plans to do more. Well, COVID kicked in, and they were all gone. So we had to rejig a bit, as we all had at the time. But it's the people you meet and interact with, and yeah, I made some phenomenal friends. Phenomenal colleagues.
Yeah.
And that's life. You ask what life and healing is. I mean, and health is that's what I see. You know, I grab onto it. A dear friend of mine has this expression. Okay, a pocket of joy. She has depression terribly.
Mhm.
Okay, she may not leave her bedroom for a week. Okay, but if she can, smile, like I said about my laughter earlier on. Okay,
Mhm.
for the first time in months, that that's a pocket of joy. A
Mhm.
sliver of happiness, and it can be a moment, a minute, it can be a week, a weekend, whatever. Okay, whatever you can capture, hold on to it. So this pocket of joy is that I kind of run with that in my head sometimes. Like if I can, smile today or feel good today, that's it. Hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be all day, but some days it's just not. And we sort of have to accept that too, you
Mhm.
know. But yeah, overall, I'm healthy. I'm hopeful. I'm grateful. Yeah, it's yeah,
Such a
you're
beautiful
going well today.
Such
Sorry.
a beautiful and powerful story of transformation. So, what would you like to say to people who are struggling with depression right now?
Reach out. I know there's great stigma. Okay, I know I did not reach out. I did not know I was ill to start with. Okay, and looking back, I probably would not have reached out. Okay, lawyers don't go there. We don't talk about this stuff. Okay, still, I've had comments from lawyers. Okay, who know me, who don't know me, saying, "Keith, we don't do this stuff." Okay,
Mhm.
I said, "Yeah, we do. We have to do more." Okay, I reach out to somebody. It can be family. It can be sometimes somebody you barely know can
Mhm.
be a good person to talk to. Okay. Uh, um, um, Go online. There's so much online. back in my day, there was little online. Now there's so many groups, okay, and supports that are available online. You can sit in your bedroom, okay, or in your office, shut the door, okay, and take some time and look online for we've got a phenomenal website where we work, okay, at CMHA. Worth Living is there as well, okay. We do like seminars and workshops and consulting in mental health. We have a podcast. We have a blog. We have somebody new on board to ramp up our blog. It kind of faded the last year or so. We're on social media. Okay, there's some good stuff on social media. I know. Again, there's a discussion for another hour. Okay, good or bad social media, right? There's some good stuff. Okay, look for credible groups in U.S. where you're Pamela, in Canada where I am, or elsewhere. I mean, Blue Beyond in Australia helped me greatly. I found them one night and read through some of the stories and stuff, and it helped me. Okay. There are peer support groups that are available. There are wellness sessions that are available for free. Okay. There's so much available now. Okay. So you can learn a lot on your own without maybe reaching out to somebody and getting maybe ridiculed or slapped down or made fun of. Okay. Or ignored. I mean, I felt the wrath of stigma when I went public. Okay. I'm a lawyer in a small town. Okay, colleagues, friends, all kinds of people knew me. I knew them. I had 2 friends come forward to help, and not my inner core friends. They were sort of the next core. Okay, both of them said to me, "Keith, I don't know what to do, but we'll figure it out." Okay, I mean, how wonderful is that, right?
Right.
Okay,
right.
So the door will get slammed in your face sometimes. Okay, I'll be blunt. It's not all warm and fuzzy out there with mental health. But you'll find someone. Okay, you'll connect somewhere. Okay, and it may be one person. Okay, you may, there are group sessions online for peer support. There's all kinds of information available. Okay, so reach out. But I think the first reach out has to be from within.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to look after yourself. Like I said earlier, I worked hard to get healthy. I did. I worked wicked hard. Okay, I just didn't sit in my bed and think, okay, it'll just happen. Snap my finger. No, I mean, I went for walks. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like it always, but it was wonderful. It changed. The conversation in my head would change when I would go outside for a walk, fresh air. I might see some people, might see some wildlife, see the ocean perhaps. Okay. I mean, but I had to make the effort. Okay. And I'm proud of that I did. Okay. So you got to be, you got to be in a position where you want to get healthy, okay, where you want to address things, where you want to look at, trying to have a healthier life and lifestyle. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of you too. I haven't struggled exactly with what you've struggled with, but I have had my own versions of rock bottom in the past, and I am well aware of the amount of work it takes to get yourself through a challenging situation. So I really applaud you for that, and
Thank you.
More broadly for all the work that you're doing in the world to help inspire other people and help inspire them to do their own healing from within. So thank you so much. It's truly been such an honor to have you here and have you share your story publicly. And I am just so excited to see what other work you're going to put out in the world. If people would like to get in contact with you directly, what is the best way for them to do that?
The website is wordofliving.co, C-O, not C-O-M. People think I do a typo and send it to them. No. Okay. That's wordofliving.co is one. We're on social media. Okay. Or I'll my email address. Okay. Keith, Kith at wordliving.co. Okay. Yeah, I'm available. I'm reachable. I like to connect with new people for sure and discuss, similar experiences, journeys. Okay. Yeah. So I appreciate your time, Emily, the opportunity to be here. Okay. And everybody listening, hope you're well.
I thank you so much. I appreciate your time as well. And if there's anything I can ever do to help you spread your message further, would love to do that. So thank you again for being here. And thank you to our viewers and listeners. I appreciate you and believe that time is a choice. And I'm grateful that you've carved time out of your day to be here and listen to everything that Keith has had to share with us today. Thanks, everyone, and have an amazing day. Bye.